Well, hello guys. So okay, I'll do this teach you how my name, friends. My name is William. Today I'm gonna talk about what happened. So on Twitter or X, I found out that there's a lot of things I found. So I found out there's a lot of things I found. So Reddit is I'll talk about this too because I know that's why. But first, we have to talk about something else. So yeah, I heard about it. Yeah, about so yeah. So the first thing I heard is this. That's why. Well, I heard about Reddit being fined by the UK. I know for now requiring IDs and stuff. Yeah, that's stupid. Yeah, that UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer is just a lunatic anyway. You know. And now I also want to talk about something else too. And I heard that there's a law in Colorado, yeah, where people have to verify their age on using their computer. Yeah, that's stupid anyway. It means that people in Colorado have to call their representatives about that. And yeah, it's not passed yet, but if it does, yeah, it was scheduled to take effect in 2028. Yeah, well, it's going to be passing to other states. It can come over here. It might come over here to California. That's why we need to. That's why we need to call representatives about this. That's why. And we also got something else too. So we also got my state, California, doing this move now. Yeah, I know, banning social media for kids. I don't like this. This is just stupid. I already called my representative about this because I don't like this. You know, you know, and that's why I don't know what they got move forward on because because are they gonna do a VPN ban next, like what's happening in Wisconsin and Michigan? That's why. I already called my representative why I don't, accept this, and you need to do it too, okay? Because it's not just going to be here in California, it's going to be in other states here in the U.S. as well if you don't stop it anyway. I'll be right back. There's another cat one of my pet cats wants to come in. Okay, guys, I'm back. Okay. And not only that, we also got Los Angeles County suing Roblox. Yes, I heard about that too. That's why. Well, we got on. Here's here's the Brave search. Yeah, it's not. Yeah, Brave search is not up to date yet, but here it's not putting a full ban on social media for children, so its regulations and potential harms. It says we have Protect the Children Addiction Act, signed by Calvin Gavin Newsom in 2024, and it said take feed on indecent, but it took effect in 2025, and first rules for education and requirements that began on January 1st, 2007. That's the AB 1043 already talked about. The Calvin's education will be able to input your birth date. I already talked about that, but yeah. Here it says so big wording on January 1st, 2027. The law requires users only stating on social media users with mental health harms and not safe for young users or put into 10 seconds of appear of second use. Well, laws do not ban social media outright. It's the operation of the company general laws provide private lawsuits. Yeah. I know, but not only that, I'm talking about this part here. So Calvin is actually moving toward banning, severely restricting social media access for users under 16. As of February 2026, Governor Gavin Newsom supports a Assembly Bill 1709, which aims to set minimum age for account ownership following similar efforts in other states and countries. You see, and the News of February 6 said that bill, it says age retain of social media accounts. This bill is Governor Newsom is signed the bill would sign. He said he has signed. It says the bill has put in support of strong backing toward the Governor Newsom, but who has just signaled he would sign it, but it's modeled after tenants in Australia where platforms are banned for those under 16. It's not passed yet, so incidents of and defeats of notification minors, civil measures of other states, challenges, but furniture industry goods like Death Choice are expected to target the California proposal. An instance of early and fast-track stages of 2026 legislative session. Okay, yeah, Net Choice will be after this. You know what? I don't like this. I already called my representative about this, and that's why. And you need to do it too. Even if you're outside of California, you still need to call your representative about the social media ban because it will come to your state. Okay? I do believe that it will come to your state. It's only a matter of time. And look, and if you live outside the U.S., you tell something. The social media ban will come to your country. It's only a matter of time. You just have to call your representative and tell me why you don't want this. Okay? It's not easy to do. I know there's many people that support this, and that's not good. Because, and here's why I believe it's not good, because, well, I don't know if this can even require either your birth date, but when I see a look of it, no, it's requiring your ID. You have to, they want you to use your ID to prove you're over the age of 16 to use social media. Now that's even worse. I don't want use now. I really don't want to use my ID to verify age because these IDs can get hacked and cause hackers to get rich. That's why. And you tell me it's way worse the facial scan is than the selfie, the facial scan selfie. Well, I don't want to use the selfie because I look younger than my age. Okay, I'm 31 years old. I'll be 32 on March. Okay, I look younger in my age because I keep and I know I keep myself healthy. That's how I know I look, and that's how I look younger in my age. I choose not to drink alcohol. I choose not to smoke. So therefore, I look younger than my age because I keep myself healthy. And that's why I don't want to do facial scans or selfies to verify age. Now, will I use my ID? Well, I don't want to use my ID. But, well, I'll do it if I have to do it, but I don't want to do it at all. It just makes me angry for me to do this, and I don't want, and you know, because it causes hackers to get rich and all that, you know. And many people believe that social media bans is just digital ID through the back door, and I don't want to get, you know, this. Look, I don't want the digital ID to get enforced at all. I just don't. You know, I want the digital ID to be optional, not enforced. You know, that's why. That's why. That's why I need. That's why I think. Yeah, that's why I think. I think. That's why I think this age vacation stuff needs to stop, and these social media bans also need to stop, and hopefully you can get more people to stop supporting it, because this is not good. I know the people that said they're supporting it, they're going to say it's amazing and all that crap, and I don't, you know, that's not good. And you know, and I know the news is supporting it too, but we need to get the news to stop supporting it. I'm not sure how, but I'm not going to talk to the news, okay? But you guys do it, please, okay? And you know, and we need to stop. You need to stop getting the news to trying to come to a debate, you know, and try to get them to our side. You know, because I don't like this. I don't like this. I hate this. Social media bans. You know, I already called my representative against this. Okay? You know, that tells me that, you know, yeah, well, why does this happen? Well, I heard that Gavin Newsom was at a birthday party. Yeah, with, I think of her, one of her daughters, I believe. I don't know. But, and they said they couldn't control kids on their phones. Yeah, that's stupid. The best thing to do is just take their phones away. That's what I would do, but that's what you should do. Okay, take their phones away. Okay, kids should not be on their phones at parties, and the best thing to do is just take their phones away. That's not that hard to do. Just take them away, or tell them to put their phones away. And if that doesn't work, then take them away. You know, they need to learn and not to use their phones all the time. You know, if I had to, I won't give them a phone. You know, that's why I just won't give it to them. Now, why give them an iPad or a computer? Well, I'll put the tablet and the computer in a separate room. You know, it won't be in a room, and so is the TV. Well, I'll put the kids' TV in a separate room. You know, it's like a monitor what they're watching, and monitor what they're doing on the computer, and monitor what they're doing on the tablet or iPad, whatever. That's why. Because it's what it's supposed to do anyway. I think what you need in the kids' room is toys like Legos and stuff. And, you know, and stuffed animals. But no phones, no tablets, no TVs, and no computers. You know, that's why. You know. I think that needs to be in a separate room. That's just my opinion anyway. But, you know. If you're gonna raise children, do them right, you know. And if you can't raise children properly, then don't have children. Or, you know, it is true the Bible says food will multiply, but if you're not gonna be able to raise children properly, then don't have children. You know, and it might seem harsh, but you know what? You know, but this is just what is. You gotta learn. Parents have to learn to take the kids' phone away and stuff. You know, that's why. Let's go read about this. Okay, so I cover is acting move towards civic access under 16. So Governor Gavin Newsom supports assembly. Okay. So and that's not the only thing that happened. Here in California, the social media ban, we also got something else too. Here it is. You got not only that, you almost got Los Angeles doing Roblox. You got Los Angeles County. And I want to read something for you, but I can't get it to. We also got this. So not only California is getting the social media banned, but we also got Los Angeles County suing Roblox. Yes, right here. It says that Los Angeles County sued Roblox on February 9, 2026, alleging the company prioritized over child safety, protect minors online predators, sexual content exploitation. And here it says it features a lawsuit claims Roblox make itself safe for kid-friendly platform, allowing children repeatedly exposed to sexually content, grooming, exploitation. Accuses primarily of not being effective moderation, age vacation, communication restrictions, despite knowing the risks. Now, legal basics: this county filed the suit under California's unfair competition law and false advertising law, arguing that Roblox, the potential of false and deceptive. Officials said platform's design enables predators an easy target, when calling it breeding ground for predators, and then accusing the company of giving pedophiles powerful tools to prey on innocent, suspecting children. You know, yeah, and then board impact. The county claims that they divert resources on such as law enforcement and mental health services. Excess rising as causing a child exploitation linked on the platform on 7 days of 2,500 violations per day because of legal fees. Roblox has is denied on indignation, stating on the validity of its core and its fits as safeguards, including facial age checks and chat restrictions. And the company states separate action rules with workers on law enforcement. That's why. So yeah, we got Los Angeles County sued Roblox. And here it says Los Angeles County lawsuit against Roblox competition on February 1996, alleging online gaming platform that fails to protect children on sexual predators and appropriate content. The lawsuit argues that platforms design adults easy target of minors, putting profits over the safety of young users' base. And it could include failure to protect children. Here, the suit alleges that Roblox become a breeding ground for predators and for children being repeatedly exposed to sexual content grooming in cases of actual assault. And you get safety measures. LA County claims that the platform is effective moderation, agification systems, and safety safeguards. This is by marketing itself as a safe space for children. Despite the suit company is violating California's competition law, and that person is lodging that percent of the safety of the platform to parents. Ignoring known risks. The lawsuit alleges that Roblox has been long before aware that predators use its platform to target children, but fail to necessary actions. There's some reports suggesting that a cut moderation costs. Now, Roblox's response. Yes. Roblox has strongly reduced the claims to defend itself vigorously, asserting that safety at the core of its platform. The company points to its safety advantage regards, supporter which monitor for harmful content. So it does not allow users to stream images via chat, thus eliminating a major revenue for misuse. The context: this lawsuit is the first version is kind by the California government entity against Roblox, and then follows the same lawsuit in other states. Litigation with other states, including Louisiana, Kentucky, and Texas, as well as numerous private lawsuits and families. LA County is seeking legislative relief, abandonment of civil penalties up to $2,500 per day for each violation. Yeah, that's why I don't know. I'm glad I don't play Roblox, but kids play this game. That's why. And David Baszucki, that's the CEO of Roblox. He's not listening to anybody. He's a lunatic. That's why. And you also got my state doing social media bans. Well, look. If the governor, if you can't control you use your phones, that's the parents' problem, and the parents need to take the kid's phone away. What I think about, to me, Gavin Newsom, the California governor, yeah, I know he's a lunatic too. Same with David Baszucki, lunatic. Keir Starmer, the UK Prime Minister, is also a lunatic. Anyone that supports agification, I'm just going to call them a lunatic because that's what they are. They're lunatics, and that's what I'm going to call them because, they're stupid. They're lunatics. You probably don't like me saying that, but that's what they are. You can read this to yourself right here. I'll let you read this. I'll let you read more about this right here. See, right here it's this right here. LA County, right here, Roblox sued by Los Angeles over claims platform makes children easy prey for pedophiles. So you can read that right here on the Guardian.com website. I'll put it right Well, I live pretty close to Los Angeles County, but I live in San Bernardino County. That's why. I'll let you read this to yourself. Okay, because I'm not going to read all of it. You know what? I'm going to show you what I gotta show you is NetChoice. And also this set, and also this website here. Stop KOSA. It says reject all licensorship to tell lawmakers to oppose KOSA. This is what you have to do right here. You can sign a petition if you want to. And then here's NetChoice right here. So NetChoice only works here in the US. You know, because, you know, you go to the campaigns and it's like here, it says protect the kids, say no to Online App Store Freedom Act. Here, see? And then you have to go right here and it says right here, call your House representative, and it will be right here. So yeah, you have to call your representative if you want to stop the social media bans from coming to your state. Even if you live outside of California, guess what? It will come to your state very soon. That's why you need to call them. Okay? I don't care if you live outside of California. I want you to you still need to call them and tell them why you don't support this. So that way you can stop this from happening and get this age vacation out of the way. You know, that's why. So to me, I don't care if you live outside of California. You need to call your representative right now to make sure it does not come to your state, because it will come to your state very soon. You know, that's why. You know, and now let me just say, if you live outside the U.S., well, and you have to find another way to call your representative anyway. I know, because NetChoice only works here in the U.S. That's why. But yeah, I guess hopefully you can find. I think data privacy might help you call your representative if you live outside the U.S. So. Because you know what, the social media ban is going to come to your country too. It's already in a lot of European countries already, and I heard it's and there is a couple, and that's why it will come to your country very soon. You know, it's only a matter of time, and yes, if you live in the, you know, that's why if you live outside the U.S. So that's why we need to stop this. Don't worry, I'll let you read this to yourself, okay? Because I'm not going to read this. This is just too much. Oh, and here's the picture of this lunatic. Yeah. Gavin Newsom. Yeah. You know what? I'm glad he's almost done being the governor of California. But moving on to this social media ban, when he is almost done being the governor of California, it's just being so stupid anyway. But don't worry, you also got something else too. There are other people that want to be the governor of California, so like, you know, like this Republican, Chad Bianco, for example. You know, if you want to vote for him, that's fine. There's other people who want to be governor of California, like Steve Hilton. But I heard about bad things about Steve Hilton from Pastor Bruce Bahia. So that promotes sodomy and stuff. You know, that's why. You know, I don't know. I think a best bet for a Republican governor is probably Chad Bianco, but that's just my opinion anyway. If you don't like it, well, you know, I think we need a Republican governor in our state, but because you know, you know, but that's just my opinion anyway. Look, I don't like the Democratic Party. I don't like the Republican Party. I don't like the Republican Party either, but I know they seem to be a little bit better than the Democratic Party, but still they're still both bad. They're still both bad parties, and we need to stop. I know that's why, and I don't know why they're both doing age verification, and that's not good at all. But I know the Democratic Party is worse than the Republican Party. I know, and I choose to. And problem is that I've been living in a democratic state, for years. California. That's what California is. It's a blue state. That's why. And and I know I'm not gonna stay here in California forever. I don't know, but I don't want to move to another state right anytime soon. That's why. And the problem is that if you move to another state, here's the problem, you get paid less. If you move to a cheaper state, you get paid less. The problem I know. But you gotta tell me you gotta have to worry about the very high taxes here in California. That's the problem here. Even though I do get paid more here in California, that's true. But you have to be able to tell me you have to worry about high taxes. Well, that's something I have to deal with. That's true. Yeah. Yeah, it is. Yeah, I know. What you can do as well is, you can live in a state that's cheaper and have your job in an expensive state. So, yeah, you can, if you want to, yeah, I know there might be people that live in Nevada, but then having their job in California, that can happen too, or living in Arizona and then having their job in California. That does happen, And they have to move back to that does happen sometimes. Or they can do it from working from home, and that happens too. But this is why, yeah, I don't like that. I don't like about there's, well, paying high taxes is something I don't like about here, but so I don't like about California. But I'm not gonna, but it's not something I can't, but it's something I have to deal with. I can't say, I don't know if there's any way I can reverse that anytime soon, so, that's why, you know. You know, I already called my representative about the social media ban, but you need to do it too. Okay? Don't just get only, I know. But you need to do it too. Your voice needs to be heard. That's why. Your voice does matter. Parents need to do is take their phones away, and teach children not to be on their phones all the time. It's not that hard for parents to take their phone away from children. That's why. You know. I would have done it if I had children, but I won't even give them a phone if I had children. I won't give them a phone. That's why. But, that's my opinion anyway. Because I'm going to protect, because I have children, I'm going to protect them. No matter what happens. So even if age vacation or the social media ban is in my state or country, I'm still going to do is I'm still going to protect them, no matter what happens. I'm not going to trust the government, and we need to get parents to stop trusting the government too on this. That's why. The government does not care about your children, and you need to learn about that. They're just only saying that for lip service so they can just collect your data. You know, you know. I know I've been hearing this from Deep Humor, and Crasher Talks. And I know that I heard that Deep Humor lives in California too. I just don't know. I just don't know where in California. That's why he doesn't. He's not. I know he's not telling me where, and that's fine. But as for Crasher Talks, yeah, I know Crasher Talks. Yeah, he lives in Canada. I don't know where in Canada though, because you know. You know what? So please call your representative, okay? Don't so that way, because the social media ban and also age verification, it's going to come to your state very soon. It's going to come to your state. It's only a matter of time. Please call them and stop this. And please get these parents to go back to being parents, and you know. That's why you need to you need to get parents to take the. You need to tell parents that you need to probably need to take take the phone. You need to take the kid's phone away from children. That's why when I was at a birthday party with my friend, Amanda. I just got the kid. There was no kids there's no kids on phone on that party. You know what they're doing? Well, we just got them to play soccer. That's what we did. We just got the kids to play soccer, and they were not on their phones. They were outside, but we didn't. We just got them to, But it was at my friend Deborah's house from church, because I know I go to church. That's why we're just having a party for for my friend Amanda. That's why. We just got and the kids over there. Well, we got the kids over there to play soccer over there at that party. No phones, just let them play soccer, and that's why. You gotta get your kids to play with things. You gotta get your kids to do something better at a birthday party, and not instead of being on their phones. So, get them to play a sport like soccer or tag or. That's why. And if you're at Chuck E. Cheese's or Big Al's or Main Event or Dave and Buster's, well, let your kids play an arcade or something. There are many of them here in California. That's why. And there might be some in your state too. That's why. I try to help you guys. You know. trying to help you guys, and that's why we need to put a stop to this. Anyway, I don't know what else to talk about anyway. How long have I been talking about this anyway? 40 minutes? Alright, well. Don't worry, I'll talk about this. Oh yeah, there's also one more thing I have to talk about. So, what I found about Discord is that before I can go, I want to show you something. But what happened to Discord now? Yes. Well, I found that Discord is delaying its global age verification feature. I think what Discord needs to do, they need to cancel its age verification feature. Not delay it. But you know, I don't think Discord's gonna listen to us at all. I think the CEO of Discord's a lunatic anyway. Anyway, who's the CEO of Discord? Oh. Oh, okay. So, well, yeah. Here's the CEO of Discord. It's MM Segnagi. So he's the CEO of Discord. Okay. And he's been CEO since April 2025. So before that was probably a different CEO, but yeah, he's the CEO of Discord for right now. Yeah. But him trying to get age verification globally on Discord, yeah, that means this guy's a lunatic, and that's not good. It was replaced by the Goldfire Jason Citron. He's been over 15 years of experience to lead the company. Okay. Well, so this guy's the CEO of Discord. Okay. We need to find out why Discord is delaying its age verification feature. And here, I'll turn on root so that you can get on there too. You're also on discord.com so that you can here, see, getting go notifications right and what we got wrong and what's changing. So here, right here, see. So here's right here it says, I'll let you read this to yourself on Discord. So, but here's what I found out anyway. So Discord is delaying its global age verification rollout until the second half of 2026. Wow. Okay. So it means it's gonna be rolling out somewhere around September then. Due to the intent of user backslash, a significant privacy concerns regarding data security. This platform is pausing requirements for users to submit IDs or face scans instead of prove their broader age verification methods. So, This is what you heard, the black slash. Using strongly fever speed style of verification, segregation of Discord, or creating and state of solutions. Now, privacy security concerns. The delay is previously intended for 70,000 users' data by a third-party vendor. What is the advantage about the storage of personal ID verification? ID for information. Now, providing verification methods. Discord is proposing to issue where age verification governs beyond the justification of scan ID submissions. Now, addressing miscommunication, it's acknowledged to miss the mark of explain policy, increase vendor transparency. Now, while Echo is postponed, this call will still continue. Will continue its identification requirements in special regions. The company maintains over 90% users and no need to take action. So, it says right here, Discord is delaying its global age vacation rollout until the second half of 2026 due to the incentive for Black Shacks, the privacy concerns addressed third-party vendors, and confusion of sender scope. The vendors have been clear to explain the changes, leading at many users believe that they be required to submit government IDs or facial scans to the platform, which is not the case. Key reasons of delay include privacy concerns. So it should be alarmed by proprietary data, especially after 2005 data breach of former customer of service provider and then vendor security. Discord's limit test with Persona, Peter and Newberg of race with flags, and a code of service ID like checks. Discord confirmed Persona it did not meet its new device on processing requirement and will not be used. Transparent Trust Discord acknowledged to make mistakes and flag nearby. This delaying its global rollout. Yeah, so that's why. Yeah, and then requiring vendors process a facial scan on device. What we're seeing on taking a log explains an each of these systems now offering alternative verification methods such as on credit card checks, adding spoiler channels, on privacy alternative to content. We're seeing reports of verification usage and now primary effects of legal mandates. So the UK, Australia, and Brazil, where adults must verify age to access restricted content, over 9% of users will not be affected outside these regions. So it's the UK, Australia, and Brazil, but not here in the US. Okay. You know, I don't trust Discord at all, but you know, I still have my channel there. But look, if you still look, you can still get on route this Discord alternative right here. You know, that's why I did made my you know, I made my own Discord communities. I don't know how to build them very well yet, but I will soon. You know, that's why I'm on route now. But this Discord alternative anyway. If you don't want to be on Discord anyway, because of age verification, you know, that's why. Yeah, I don't think. To me, I think Discord needs to cancel its H4K. It needs a global. It needs to cancel its global H4K, not just delay it. You know. You know. But right now they just want to do is delay it instead of canceling it. You know. Because, you know, people are getting angry at Discord about this, and that's why. So. I don't know. I don't think Discord's gonna listen to us anyway. But if you're gonna, we can go ahead and try, you know. You know, you might be glad that they're delaying their global H-fication, but that just tells me that. You know, they're getting their criticism anyway. You know, that's why. You don't, you know, you can still come on route if you yeah, if you don't like Discord still trying to roll out H-fication. Even though I know it's being delayed, but if you still don't like it, you can still come over here to root. You know, I do have I do have 2 root servers right here anyway. One for the Bible and one for video games too. So that's why. Anyway, hopefully this helps you anyway. You know, you just need to call your and if you know, just call your representatives to get these age-ification laws to die. You know, and these social media bans to die too. You know, that's why, you know. And we need to stop people from supporting it, because that's not right. Anyway, you know, I know they're trying to make it like a seatbelt, but no. No, the VPN is a seatbelt for the internet, not H-fication. H-fication is just something that's dangerous. You know, that's why. If you want a seatbelt for the internet, use a VPN. Okay? And the one I have right here is Proton VPN. Well, let me disconnect it first, but yeah. And then with you see, and there are different countries to connect to. Right now I can only connect. Oh, like right now it's a free version. I can connect to Canada, Japan, Mexico, the Netherlands, Norway, Poland, Romania, Singapore, and Switzerland. And also my home country, the US. So, those are the free connections. For Proton VPN anyway. If you want to use the paid version, then that's where? On the paid version, so you got 10 free countries for if you want to use the free version. For the paid version, then you'll get to like 129 countries. So that's why. So yeah, you know, that's what the VPN is for. I like it, but I gotta be turning it off now because I'll be going to bed pretty soon. You know, that's why. So, if you don't want to be on Discord because of H-fication, you can go over here on Root. Okay, that's why. You know, hopefully I can try to grow my Root channels, and you can hopefully come to me. You can talk to me here on Root. You know, that's why. And if there's anything else you want me to talk about, you can let me know in the comments below. And I will and I will try to answer the best I can anyway. because I have to go right now. But thank you for watching this video. Hope you enjoy. Say goodbye. Adios. Zaijian. Alright, guys. Okay, guys. So I forgot to say something. You know, what I forgot to say was this. Please make sure you watch How to Go to Heaven video on Rumble. Okay? If you want to know how to go to heaven. You know, that's why. You know. And I have to go right now. So goodbye, friends.